What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rich Nice back once again. So today we're back on the C-10 project, and I noticed during our semi-limited test drive to the corner and back that something was not right with our steering. So I came down and I started looking at our steering box, which is located right here. The steering box just didn't turn right, all that good stuff. So I took the lines out, and that is what came out of our steering box. Yeah, that's not good. So we went to Napa. We got a new steering box over here, and I'll show you that part number in a minute. So basically what we need to do, as you can see right here, it was leaking fluid from here also. We need to get this rag joint back off. I already took the lines out, the high pressure and low pressure. The high pressure is the one closest to the frame, way back here. It is a 11/16. The low pressure is a 5/8, and it's the one that's closest to the tire. And then there's 3 or 4 5/8 bolts that's on the other side of the frame that you have to take out to get the actual box itself off. And then the pitman arm right here, we got to take this nut off. And then we have a pitman arm puller that will pull this pitman arm down. And I'll make sure that I mark it so when I put the new one in, it'll go back the same way. So let's get to work.
Dark side, light this bitch up.
Show y'all real quick what happens when I turn the steering wheel, and watch the liquid that comes out of here. Look at that. Not good. So we will get this fixed. Alright YouTube, we got our nut off. This nut right here was a 33 millimeter to get this off. We got 2 of our 5/8 bolts out right here. So what we're going to do now is use our pitman arm puller and get this pitman arm off, and then we get our last 2 bolts off, and then we just have to worry about getting our rag joint out. So this is your pitman arm puller. It just has a bolt at the bottom, has this at the top, and it just fits on just like this around the top, and then you just tighten it up almost like a steering wheel puller. Just tighten it up like that. We'll take our wrench, wherever it went, See how easy that moves? And then once we get our box loose, then we'll be able to slide this up and out. So I'll get this last 2 bolts out and we'll be back. We got the old one out. This is the new one compared to the old one. As you can see, everything pretty much looks the same, except for this is 50 years old. This is new. So what we'll do is we'll get everything bolted back in, make sure our holes are good. We need to pull these 2 plugs out right here so we can put our lines in. Other than that, we should be good to go. So we will return this old one and get our core back, because that's almost $200 that we need back. So plus I need to get some power steering fluid, and I'll show you how to flush this without having to start your vehicle. So more to follow. I didn't show you earlier, this is the part number. It came from Napa. Anyway, all right, YouTube, we got our new steering box in. So we need to take these little plugs off the top, put our lines in. There's a couple ways you can flush this. One is to have the engine running, and then you turn your wheel lock to lock, and then that will force fluid out. Or we can just crank it and not start it. So what I've done is I pulled the relay for the fuel pump right here. I pulled the relay out, so it won't crank, but we can still turn it over, and that will make the drive belt turn the wheel that's on the power steering pump, and that will force the fluid out, and we'll make sure we get some clean fluid out of this thing. So good times. All right, YouTube, so what we're doing now is we are flushing the power steering fluid. I'm trying not to blind you guys, but so I've put fresh power steering fluid in the reservoir, and what it's doing is pushing out that bad fluid. So we'll keep doing that until we get some clear fluid out, and then our lines should be flushed. As you can see, it's clear now. So we'll let this finish draining, and then we should be good to go. All right, YouTube, we got both our lines back on. Our return is the one closest to the tire. Our high pressure is the one closest to the frame. And the high pressure one is the one that comes out of the bottom of your pump right here. So we filled our pump up with fluid. So now to get all the bubbles out, you can do it one of 2 ways. You can start your vehicle and then turn lock to lock, or you can just jack your vehicle up off the ground like we have on jack stands, and then turn it lock to lock. That way you don't have to worry about starting your vehicle, especially if it's indoors like we are, and you don't want to get exhaust fumes. So we'll go ahead and we'll turn this thing you know, 3 or 4 times each way, and hopefully that will get some of the bubbles out. So our fluid did go down some. I don't think we need to add any right now. We'll actually get this thing started and we'll double check it again. But that's just a quick video on how to replace your power steering box. So it's not hard. It can be done. Just take your time. Those lines that go into the pump, the actual steering box itself, were a pain to get back on. But it is what it is. But if you take your time, you can do it. As always, welcome to the new folks.